That is right. You are listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. And yes, I'm your host, Todd Huff. Email, as always, todd@toddhuffshow.com, facebook.com/Todd Huff Show. We're on YouTube, Twitter. Todd Huff Show is the handle for all of our social media platforms. It's great to be here. And yesterday we were not able, I didn't see this before the show began. This posted yesterday morning, New York Post. I saw it as soon as we wrapped up the program, and I wish that I would have seen it sooner, but I did not catch it during show prep. It was really gaining traction as the program was underway yesterday. But by now, you've probably seen this New York Post article, unless you are, of course, depending upon social media for your source of news, because social media has blocked Twitter, Facebook, for sure, other platforms possibly as well, but they have blocked the sharing of this article. In fact, locking or shutting down the White House press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany's, Twitter account, I believe, for sharing this. It's really remarkable stuff, unbelievable stuff. I mean, folks, there is so much at stake here for this nation right now. We're dealing with two diametrically opposed ideologies. One that says America needs to return power to the individual, return to her founding, America as founded, which is liberty, freedom, opportunity, limited government. The other says that government can solve all things. In fact, if Trump wasn't president, says the Democrats, we basically would have none of these problems we're having today. COVID wouldn't even be a thing. COVID wouldn't even have existed had there not been a President Trump. Biden's got all the solutions. Biden does. By the way, I had someone arguing with me on Twitter about this. Biden has all the answers for virtually everything. Virtually everything. He knows how to cure cancer. He's told us that. I even shared the soundbite. And this individual says, oh, yeah, like I'm going to listen to a soundbite out of context. He says, I can play it. I've played it for you before. He's going to cure cancer, but he's not going to stop there. He's going to cure cancer. He is going to cure diabetes, and he is going to cure Alzheimer's. And, of course, he has a plan that would have prevented COVID from even happening, even though the guy said that shutting off transportation or travel, I should say, between China and the United States of America when Trump did was xenophobic. That's right. It's another racist policy idea, Biden says, in the mind of President Trump. But folks, it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. You can say I'm still voting for Biden. I think it's insane, to be quite honest. But you can say I'm voting for Biden. Just don't deny that he said he's going to cure cancer, Alzheimer's, and diabetes. Don't deny a lot of other things going on, and don't pretend like this thing with Hunter Biden is not a story. Headline here yesterday, again, New York Post, smoking gun email reveals how Hunter Biden introduced Ukrainian businessman to VP dad. Now, unfortunately, I have to read some of this because unless you look this up directly, and Pedals can put this on we'll put it on the website. We'll put it on the website. I don't even think we can share this directly. Maybe Facebook has changed their policy since I last saw yesterday. I watched Tucker Carlson last night explain this in great depth and detail. But basically, you're going to have to either look this up yourself. Who knows what Google is doing? I don't know. Maybe Google's blocking this thing too. I have no idea. But it's a New York Post article, or we will have it on our website later. We'll try to share it on Facebook and on social, but I don't know. I don't know that you'll be able to click on it, but we'll try. Let's take a look at what this says, though, because they don't want you to hear this. They literally do not want you to hear this. So not only do we have now a smoking gun as the headline here in this story, suggest, we have just damning evidence. This is remarkable. The smoking gun now connects Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Burisma, corruption, basically almost, you could say, another pay-to-play scandal here. Let's listen to this article. Hunter Biden introduced his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, to a top executive at a Ukrainian energy firm less than a year before the elder Biden pressured the government officials in Ukraine into firing a prosecutor who was investigating the company, according to emails obtained by the Post. Now, I guess the framework for this has not changed. The framework has not changed. We know that Biden, he's announcing it from a stage. He's bragging about it. Biden told the audience at I can't think of the name of the event. I can look this up during the break, but he was on stage in 2018 telling an audience that he told the Ukrainians, I'm holding up $1 billion if you don't fire this prosecutor, the prosecutor that was looking into Burisma, the same board where his son served and made, $50 million a month. Biden's son, Hunter Biden, he's admitted in a televised interview that any board that he served on, probably at some level, is the result of his being the vice president's son. And now we have emails that are much more damning than this. By the way, he calls his dad my guy? In the emails, it's my guy. That's how he refers to his father. I guess he's trying to create some level of, he's trying to be a little bit cryptic in letting, in case someone uncovered these emails, which we now have. But let's continue here. The never-before-revealed meeting mentioned in a message of appreciation that Posarski, an advisor to the board of Burisma, allegedly sent Hunter Biden on April 17th, 2015, about a year after Hunter Biden joined the Burisma board, at a reported salary of $50,000 a month. So here's what the email says. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to D.C. and giving me an opportunity to meet your father and spent some time together. It's realty. Now, these are, of course, he's Ukrainian. So basically, it's supposed to say his English isn't great. And spending time together, it's really an honor and a pleasure, the email reads. An earlier email from 2014 also shows the number 3 executive at Burisma asking Hunter Biden on, quote, advice on how you could use your influence, end quote, on the company's behalf. The Blockbuster correspondence, which flies in the face of Joe Biden's claim that he's never spoken to his son about his overseas business dealings, is contained in a massive trove of data recovered from a laptop computer. Now, that's a story all unto itself. Folks, it is absolutely incredible. You see the level of it's always the simple that gets these folks. They have this strategic plan. They've got this coordination, this collusion, if you will, with the mainstream media, with the professional deceivers that we have out there in the mainstream media. And they have this plan. They have it scripted. They don't ask any questions. They tell people, hey, we've looked into this and there's nothing there. Okay, then why didn't you? What about this? Is this nothing media? Now they block it. They go to their social media collaborators, co-conspirators, and they say, block this. We can't let this news out. We can't let it be known that Hunter Biden is using his father's influence as the vice president of the United States to personally enrich himself, to get personal favors. Biden's on record having denied this vehemently, didn't even know, had no idea, nothing to do with his son's business dealings in Ukraine. All this is just a coincidence and a sideshow. And so they have this denial, this emphatic denial, knew nothing about it. Media says, oh, looked into it, nothing there. And that's supposed to be the end of it, except it's not, because you know what happened? We think it's Hunter Biden. It could have been someone that was working closely, an aide or whatever, with Hunter Biden. But there's a problem with his MacBook Pro, his little MacBook computer. He takes it to a computer shop, drops it off to the guy. I think water was spilled on it or some such thing. Sees if it can get fixed, leaves it there, never goes back to pick it up. So the guy then, who runs this shop in Delaware, by the way, in Delaware, tiny state, of course, home of the Bidens, and eventually takes possession of this because no one came to pay for it and pick it up. As he's looking at the hard drive, he finds all of these emails and he starts digging and looking around. Cannot believe what he has, makes a copy of the hard drive, makes a copy of it, backs it up, and then gives it to the FBI. Now, folks, this was back in, this was, I have to look at the exact date, but this was in April of 2019. And you can find this in the article, too. The computer was dropped off at a repair shop in Biden's home state of Delaware in April 2019, according to the store's owner. Now, in addition to the emails, other material extracted from the computer, again, reading from the article here in the New York Post, other material extracted from the computer includes a raunchy 12-minute video that appears to show Hunter, who's admitted struggling with addiction problems, smoking crack while engaged in a sex act with an unidentified woman, as well as numerous other sexually explicit images. So, the owner makes a backup copy. Thank goodness he did this, because he gives it to the FBI. And crickets. Nothing happened. Never heard. Nothing happened. So, I got to take a break, but we'll pick up where this story. We'll continue this after the break, but that was in December when the FBI picked up this laptop. Federal subpoena was given to seize the the computer in December of last year. So that is what happened. Thank goodness it's backed up, because we wouldn't know anything about this. We would not know anything about this. This had to make it. Who knows where this is in the FBI? Why is this still not a thing? Why does no one seem to care about this in our government? I think we all know the answer to that, and I've got to take a break. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Would you like to save 20% or more on your insurance? Let AIA and Avon do a free comparison for you. As an independent agent, we can find savings that fit your needs and budget. We work for you, not the insurance companies. Whether your insurance need is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in Central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
Radon is an invisible, odorless gas that kills more people than drunk driving. In fact, radon is the leading cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. Is radon threatening the health of your family? Call Radon Environmental at 317-843-0804. Radon Environmental specializes in radon testing and mitigation. The process is quick, easy, and worth it. Radon Environmental wants to make sure your family's health is not at risk. Call 317-843-0804.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect. We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indy Trading Post, you can have an awesome and safe shooting experience in our family-friendly environment. Firing a weapon on full auto is something you will always remember. Schedule some range time today and let Indy Trading Post give you the real machine gun shooting experience. We guarantee you'll have a blast. Give us a call at 317-782-4867 or schedule your range time at fullautoindy.com.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Welcome back. I tell you, it keeps getting even worse. If this can get worse, I just saw, in fact, I told Oz here, Daily Mail just released a story here that says Hunter Biden pursued deals that would, quote, be interesting for me and my family, end quote, with major Chinese energy company, a second wave of secret emails has revealed. Oz asked me when did that come out, and I said a couple of minutes ago. It's actually been in the past 10 minutes, although it's a little bit confusing because when you look at the time and date stamp on here, I said it's from the future. It's being released from the Daily Mail, which is a UK publication, 11:10 a.m., October 15th, 2020. But that's, of course, local time in London. So it's from about 10 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago. This is now being reported. By the way, let me wish my wife a happy birthday. Today is her birthday, and that is all we're going to say about that. But I do wish her a happy birthday. We won't say anything else other than it's a happy, we won't give out numbers or anything is what I'm saying here. But happy birthday to my wife. So, Hunter Biden, my oh my. This is serious stuff. So this one just posted too, and Pedals can probably share this. Again, no guarantees you're going to be able to find this thing, but this is an article in the Daily Mail. I'll read the bullet points at the top of the article. It reads, Hunter Biden was involved with China's largest private energy company, CEFC. He was given equity ownership of a holding company and huge consulting fees. Hunter was dealing with CEFC chairman Yi Jinping, who has since vanished, the article says. And in one email, Hunter said a lucrative deal would be, quote, interesting for my family. Uh-oh. This is getting ever closer to the former vice president. Now I want to pause on all this. We're going to get back to this. We're going to get back to the details and talk about this. But this is, I know how this, people will, there's a saying, in fact, we were talking about this yesterday in a meeting after the program. The mind will justify what the heart desires. The mind will justify what the heart desires. That is something that a quote, a quip, a saying that I had read and learned about years ago as a young man. And the older I get, the more I realize just how true that statement is. In fact, it's one of those statements that you kind of feel like that's not a biblical verse, but there's definitely biblical truth in that. I mean, I think of other verses like, from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. This saying says the mind will justify what the heart desires. And so we have to come to grips with the fact that the media, of course, wants Trump out of the White House and Biden in the White House. We have to come to grips with the fact that, of course, the Democrat Party wants that. And, of course, they are co-conspirators and colluders with the media to prevent you from knowing things that might prevent you from voting in a way that's contrary to what they want. And there's a whole list of reasons why they don't like Trump, from simple embarrassment to extreme ideological differences to, just not being part of the in crowd at the DC parties, to not having enough grip on, not having enough power, right? They love to have the accumulation of power. In fact, when you listen, I had someone comment on this the other day to me. I forget who it was, so if you're the person, forgive me. But someone was telling me about listening to reasons that, I think it was the CBS, whoever's taking over CBS Evening News. I couldn't even tell you who it is. I think it was CBS, one of the evening news things. It's a female, and she was explaining why she's a journalist. And they told me that in the commercial, and I haven't seen this, but I'm just, if it didn't happen exactly as this is being was portrayed to me, this has happened elsewhere because I've heard it elsewhere. When she was explaining why she was, why she does what she does, why journalism's important or whatever, she didn't say that she, was trying to get information out and truth. She listed a bunch of things, and I jumped in and said things like, changing the world or making America better or that sort of stuff. And the person said, yeah, stuff like that. It wasn't to give you truth, which is the whole point of journalism. The whole point of journalism, and I know this is in a ideal world because we're dealing with people here who have political axes to grind. We are dealing with people here who have political preferences, who desire so much, going back to the statement, the mind will justify what the heart desires. Going back to that, they desire so much, their heart desires so much for a President Trump not to be in the White House. They will literally do whatever they can. Their mind will justify that behavior for them. And I've encountered these people on social media. They know nothing about Hunter Biden. They don't care about Hunter Biden because the heart wants Joe Biden. I don't know so much that it's Joe Biden in the White House. It's just anybody who's not named Donald Trump, and they don't have another option. They're not excited about Joe Biden. They just hate President Trump. And why do they hate President Trump? Sure, you could say that Trump has created some of that himself with tweets and comments, but if you understand them in context, in fact, I love having the opportunity to explain to people why Trump does and says some of the things he He does and says, because when you understand the level of deception, dishonesty, manipulation that happens in the media and the Democrat Party, a lot of what President Trump says suddenly takes on new meaning. That's why people like me are not really bothered by it, because we are dealing with a force in Washington, D.C., the media and the government itself, the Democrat Party in particular. We're dealing with a force that is designed to deceive us and to keep those groups, those individuals in power in ways that are difficult to understand. And that's going back to this Hunter Biden thing. That's what we're seeing unveiled here. The idea that a vice president of the United States would use his power to help his son personally get enriched, and then potentially, as Hunter says in these latest emails, lucrative for my family. Does that even include Joe Biden himself? You know, you think about this. Biden has spent a half a century in quote-unquote public service. And you look at the places that Joe Biden calls home, the homes that he has. You look at these and you think, how does someone in a lifetime of quote-unquote public service, just putting his boots on one day at a time, jumping on the Amtrak train, taking it into D.C. day after day, just one of the common folks, how does this guy accumulate so much wealth to where he can build these massive, or buy or build, whatever the case was, these massive homes? Why? How's that possible? I don't care what Joe Biden has. I tell you what I do care about. I care about what if he's using his position for personal gain. First of all, don't tell me you're a public servant if you're out there making more money than than the vast majority of Americans. Don't tell me that has nothing to do with why you're in D.C., why you've made a career out of being in D.C. And then when there's evidence to suggest that not only these larger than average salaries, not only is the larger than average salary part of the equation, what's also part of the equation, possibly, is that you're using your position to even enrich you, your family, whoever else, even more. Folks, this is unacceptable if this is true. I don't care who the person is. I don't care if it was George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. I'm sure Kamala Harris probably has that queued up if there's another debate for vice president. She's going to say that Lincoln probably used his office for personal gain. She got all the information wrong in the last debate as she was giving Pence a history lesson. Let me teach you a little bit of history, Vice President Pence. Okay, go for it. Go for it, Kamala. She gets it all wrong. You know, I don't care which president, my point is, has done this. Or government official. It is unacceptable. It's the same sort of thing. I mean, we are right back where we were in 2016 with the Hillary email scandals. There's so much overlap here. Hillary used a private email server to hide her communications from the American people, from you, from me, official business, because she was mixing personal business, allegedly, with personal gain, donations to her Clinton Foundation, which ironically, shockingly, saw a dramatic decrease in donations received by the Clinton Foundation after she was eliminated as a presidential contender, after she lost to President Donald J. Trump. Those donations dried up, shockingly. This is a very similar thing. Using position of power, it appears, allegedly, media, help us figure this out. It appears that Hunter Biden was selling, to some degree, you could make the case, access to his father as vice president of the United States for personal gain. And not just himself personally, but maybe, as these latest emails show us, for his family, lucrative deals for his family as well. This has to stop. Not only are we fighting an ideological war in our government, we are fighting a corruption war. In some ways, it's connected to the ideology. In other ways, they're two separate animals. Corruption and ideology, both of these things are dangerous to our constitutional republic. Both of these things threaten threaten America much more than whatever phone call President Trump was impeached for back in 2019, I guess, about a year ago. That was only a year ago, by the way. Anyway, this is big news, and big tech doesn't want you to know about it. They don't want you to know about it. They don't think you can handle it and still make the right decision. They think that you're too stupid. They think that you're they think that you're too smart is what this comes down to. If you know what's actually been going on, you're going to not want to vote for their guy, their candidate, Joe Biden. And I've got to take a break. Come back here and continue this discussion. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Hi, I'm Daniel Elliott, chairman of the Morgan County Republican Party. I'm excited that Hoosier Republicans and conservatives are eager to re-elect President Trump. But as you know, this ideological battle we're fighting runs all the way up and down the ballot. That's why I'm asking you to vote Republican from the very top of your ballot all the way down to the bottom of your ballot. Every election is important, and we must win as many of these elections as possible to ensure that we defend our liberties through constitutional limited government. We need your vote down the ballot for conservatives like Indiana Senator Rod Bray from District 37 and Morgan County Coroner Mike Ellis. If you love liberty and the Constitution, I'm asking you to join conservatives all across the Hoosier State and vote Republican all the way down the ballot. This ad is paid for by the Morgan County Republican Party.
Our sense of smell stimulates memory and emotion. A scent can seemingly transport us to another place in time. Homemade, hand-poured candles and melts from spur-of-the-moment creations will give your nose the experience the rest of your body is missing during any season of the year. Crackling firewood, fresh-cut grass, Macintosh apple, and even racing fuel are some of their over 200 engaging fragrances. Visit spurofthemomentcreations.com and enter coupon code TODD at checkout to receive 15% off your order today.
Our partner, Global Plasma Solutions, has published ionization testing results that demonstrate a 99.4% reduction rate on a SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19 surface strain within 30 minutes. This is the first instance that an air purification company has effectively neutralized SARS-CoV-2. Commercial Service Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is installing this solution in businesses and homes in South Central Indiana. Get your free information kit at commercialservice.com/info. Commercial Service, commercial grade service for your home.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Corin Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corin Homes, family owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, president of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Welcome back. So I want to go back. We stopped in the story. I put a pause in the story where this computer shop owner in Delaware, he received the computer from, we believe it's Hunter Biden himself. It could have been from someone else. We don't really know. The person said that the MacBook Pro had water damage, and so they dropped off the computer. The guy was going to work on it, try to fix it. The person never came back, so the shop took ownership of it, backed up. The guy started looking in the computer, the repair shop owner, finding a treasure trove of emails between Hunter Biden and God only knows who. I mean, this stuff is still being figured out. So he had the presence of mind to back it up on an external hard drive, and then in December of 2019, 10 months ago, this was taken by the FBI, and then nothing. So the guy, the computer shop owner, he effectively started trying to reach out to people and basically say, hey, I've got some things here that are kind of important. And Tucker Carlson last night, I haven't seen this written. I don't see it in the article. Maybe I'm just overlooking it. But Tucker said that he first reached out to Mike Lee, the senator from the great state of Utah, and maybe a couple of other individuals. No one responded or gave him any information or update or anything. So he then reached out to Rudy Giuliani, actually to Rudy Giuliani's lawyer, Robert Costello. So that's basically when this thing, they figured out what they had, what they were looking at, and now we know. Now the New York Post has told us about it. But that's not where the story ends. And we're still learning a lot. We're still learning a lot from what these emails, even today, in the past 10, 15 minutes, I've shared something else that we've found in these emails, or that the actual journalists, people that are curious about this, what they found. But that's just where the story begins. Now we begin to try to share this story, and social media says, no, not going to happen. Blocking it. Shutting down accounts that actually share it. Folks, this is outrageous. I mean, we're knocking on the door of 1984 here. Some would say we've already rammed through that door with a battering ram. And in maybe some instances or some way you're right. But this is incredible to just think about what is going on here. This is a repeat. I'm telling you, in many ways, this is a repeat of Hillary Clinton's email scandal back from 2016. This is an absolute repeat. We have people who think they are untouchable, that they can act with basically political immunity. They can they can violate any laws. They can do whatever they want because they and their families, whichever one, actually hold power. And power is the equivalent of a Kevlar vest. They are untouchable. They are in the in crowd. They have there's nothing in their mind. I mean, just think about the boldness. How bold and brash this is. How reckless. I mean, some of these emails, I mean, I don't want to say they read like a shakedown, but it's a heavy-handed negotiation. Here's our price, basically. This is what you got to pay us to get involved in this little game. Basically, is the feeling of this. And what's the game? The game is allegedly, possibly, I mean, it looks to be quite possible. The game is access to my father And my father, Hunter Biden would say, is former vice president at the time, was the current vice president of the United States. And this guy, you got a problem, he can solve it. Boom. Joe Biden. You may not have heard, but my dad can cure cancer. My dad can cure Alzheimer's. My dad can cure diabetes. Boom. Problem solved. Problem solved. You may have wondered why he didn't do that in his previous 50 years. He's waiting. He's waiting for his second act. He's waiting to do this when the time is right for the American people. Boom. Problem solved. COVID never would have happened if my dad was president. And if my company, Burisma, wants to not have a prosecutor prosecuting them, which of course they don't want that. If my dad doesn't, if my dad knows about this, all you got to do is, basically pay to play, allegedly, and boom, my dad will make a phone call and a few threats, with threats to withhold $1 billion from the country, and suddenly the prosecutor looking into, the organization will mysteriously be fired. That's right. And then when it's all said and done, we'll impeach in my home country. This is Hunter Biden having a conversation with the Ukrainian gas folks. In my home country, we'll then prosecute the next president who even utters the words that anything like this happened, who even suggests or hints or tiptoes anywhere near this conversation. We'll have the guy impeached and even convince one Republican to vote to convict and remove him from office. Crazy, crazy, crazy times. Truth matters, folks. That's why you did the right thing this morning by tuning into this program. It's remarkable to me. It really is. It's remarkable to me what we're dealing with, and I've got to take a break just along in this segment. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I am your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
Are you one of the growing number of Hoosiers who are concerned about higher taxes, increased spending, and massive debt? So am I. I'm Donald Rainwater, the Libertarian candidate for governor of the state of Indiana. I believe that all Hoosier businesses provide the necessities of life to their owners and employees, and that all Hoosiers are essential. As your governor, I will safeguard your rights to life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness as defined by you, not the government. To learn more, go to rainwaterforindiana.com. We need better government, not bigger government. My name's Donald Rainwater, and I approve this message. Paid for by Rainwater for Indiana.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing, and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick.
Dial the number, spell the words.
For on time.
We all know having health insurance doesn't always equal health care. That's why at Freedom HealthWorks, we believe the key to maintaining good health is based on a straightforward, personal relationship with your physician. With our direct doctor-patient relationship model, we remove your healthcare middleman and replace him with transparent pricing and incentive to call your doctor at the first sign of illness. So if you're ready to experience real care from a doctor that really cares about you, go to freedomhealthworks.com and learn more about the benefits of our direct primary care model. Freedom HealthWorks. Be treated better.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Anxiety, depression, relationship problems, past trauma. Problems rarely get better when given time. Care to Change Counseling can help. Our professionals combined evidence-based care models with scripture to get you on the path to a productive life. We are here to help you make the changes you need for a healthier, happier you. Take that brave step today. Call Care to Change at 317-790-9396 or visit caretochange.org.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
Welcome back. Oz asked me during the break what Team Biden said about this. They have released a statement. This was Andrew Bates, Biden campaign spokesman. This is what he said. Investigations by the press during impeachment. Point for that. They want to remind you that Trump was impeached. And even by 2 Republican-led Senate committees whose work was decried as not legitimate and political by a GOP colleague have all reached the same conclusion that Joe Biden carried out official U.S. policy toward Ukraine and engaged in no wrongdoing. Trump administration officials have attested to these facts under oath. They continue. The New York Post never asked the Biden campaign about the critical elements of this story. They certainly never raised that Rudy Giuliani, whose discredited conspiracy theories and alliance with figures connected to Russian intelligence have been widely reported, claimed to have such materials. Bates added, moreover, we have reviewed Joe Biden's official schedules from the time and no meeting, as alleged by the New York Post, ever took place. So they're even denying the meeting took place. They looked at his calendar. Looked at Joe Biden's personal calendar. Not on the calendar. What in the world? Like it's going to say, meet with Ukrainian gas officials. What's the purpose of the meeting? My son is on the board, and they've requested a meeting, and my son promised them that he would get access to me. What in the world? So again, they say that the New York Post alleges that the meeting took place. No, the emails. Hold on. The emails allege that the meeting took place. The email to Hunter Biden says, thank you. I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have it right in front of me. But thanks for introducing us last week. It was great to meet your dad. Your guy, as he said elsewhere in the emails. They didn't say that, but that's what Hunter said, my guy. You can meet my guy. They met his guy, his dad. The email says it. Hunter didn't email back and say, what are you talking about? Who dis and what are you talking about? That isn't what happened. It's just remarkable. And I'm telling you, I was watching yesterday in the morning. I was watching Ainsley on, Fox and Friends. I like Ainsley Earhart. She says the media is going to have to look into this now. I don't know if that's accurate. The idea, it doesn't matter what the evidence is. Again, the mind will justify what the heart desires. They're in lockdown mode. Joe Biden doesn't even campaign now. In fact, there's articles on it. Joe Biden's strategy is to run out the clock. Read that this morning too. Hiding in his basement 2.0. Thinks he's got big leads. They know if the election was held today, they would win. This is the story. I'm just telling you. And expecting something big to happen from this, expecting him to be asked about this during the town hall on ABC is, I don't know, maybe, but he won't be pushed, and he'll be allowed to say whatever it is he wants to say, and they'll move on quickly if it is even brought up at all. So, gotta take a time out. Listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter. To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Seems like just yesterday that you couldn't find a quiet place to think in your home. Now all the kids have flown the nest and you find yourself wondering what to do with all of that extra space. This is Bruce of Bruce Richardson Realty. My team and I understand that life changes, and so do your home needs. So whether you're downsizing or upsizing, give us a call at 317-507-3285. Let us help you find the best fit for your residential or your commercial property needs. 317-507-3285.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the health care they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today, providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price. Our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create, on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Welcome back, folks. This is, again, we are at a critical point in time. We know that this election is about a lot. And it is about ideology. It is about the direction for this country. It is about whether or not we are going to continue to move towards that path of limited government, of freedom, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, those principles, or whether or not we're going to move towards this idea that government has all the solutions to our problems if only we give them more power, if only we give them more money. That is represented by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, or if you prefer, the Harris-Biden administration. And, of course, Trump is moving us towards limited government and liberty, folks. And there's corruption involved, as we've seen today. Gotta go. SDDC tomorrow. Take care.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at zuluscape.com.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.